everybody. Hi, and welcome to another weekly connection. Well, we have completed our 40 days of influx of light, and it is now going through the next phase. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and spray myself with the Cosmic Cleanse, and we're going to use the Cosmic Thrust to balance our energies and bring us together through time and space. So here we go, one drop in the hand. Rubbing your hands together, bringing it up, and take a deep breath in. And my pinched nerve is getting better. See, I can raise my arm up over my head almost perfectly. That was terrible. Anyway, so here we are. It has all gone very, very well since 11/11 to 12/21, which was yesterday. And now all of the 5 additional chakras are now fully engaged in the play. So they're all fully engaged in your body and in your energy field, and we're going to keep doing things to get it going. And they're going to have me do a little Zoom workshop. It's probably going to be in February. I will let you know the date probably next time. I'll be ready for that because I have some time off this week for the holiday, and I'm going to go ahead and put that all together for us. So we did spectacularly. If you haven't noticed, you should take a look at what the sun is doing. And the sun is vitally important to what's going on with our transition, because the sun is what is going to kick us into that solar flash, that time where the poles will shift and we will shift dimensionally. Now, poles have shifted several times on this planet. We know that. And we know it's been the longest time sequence since pole shifts on the Earth right now. So we want to make sure that we are ready for this moment. Yesterday, when I counted, there were 11 sunspots, and 3 of them darted towards Earth yesterday. So we are on course. The planet is doing its thing, and that means that your body is doing its thing. Now, some of the things that are going to be happening is you're going to have some clarity as each and every one of these new chakras develop. And as I said, that's in the Star Child book. And when I do this workshop, I'm going to go into detail into every one of those and what you need to do, where you're stronger and where you're weaker, so that you can make sure that that they're getting a balance. Just like right now, you know, my throat chakra is probably my weakest chakra. So, you know, I always work on things that I need to do to make that stronger. So that's the kind of thing that we'll talk about in the workshop. And so I'm excited because we've been waiting so long, and we've been developing our 5D bodies, but this is really paramount, because we're having that in conjunction with seeing the sun doing its thing, and that dance that the earth and the sun are doing with one another as the planet is ready to shift. So you're going to see 2 things occur. Whenever the light increases, the dark sort of reveals itself. So you're going to see some of that occurring in the next few months. And just indeed, you've seen some of that in the last several weeks. But the other thing that happens is you're going to start to see a shift in change in consciousness, because the most important thing that is happening here is that empathic shield that sits on the liver, which is the meditation that we have been doing with bringing our energy, that orbit around the earth, you know, and around the mother's grid. So that's the most important, because when you become empathic, you become compassionate. Now, you might be selective about your compassion in the beginning, but eventually humans will be compassionate and empathic beings. And that has been where these weekly connections that we have been doing now for, gosh, I think it's going on 2 years. They are designed for exactly that, to make us more light being and more empathic predominantly. Because of all the things that we have to do, we have to become more empathic. We have to see through it all and be understanding and compassionate to one another. They all hinge on each other. The well of the mother hinges on the conscious use of power and the empathing, and they all play off each other. So I think that will be important. It's more than I can go into in these little videos that we do. So that's why we're going to have an afternoon, probably on a Sunday, that we can all get together and discuss this, so that you all know exactly what we want to be doing and where we want those chakras to be. But remember, instead of them being little tiny ones, they're now this big. And they're open. Because when a chakra or a person is immature, like before they reach puberty, their chakras are closed or round. They look like little buds, literally. And then when they reach puberty, they open up, which is part of what the zooey energy that you get as a teenager from those hormones happens, because you also have these energetic fields opening up all over your being, which is overwhelming to many, many teenagers, you know. But it changes their whole outlook and their look on life, and continues to change as we mature and grow through all the phases of life. So it's very important that we work on this, and I want to spend most of our time on the meditation today, so that we can really get solid and strong about what we need to be doing. So get yourself comfortable. And by the way, it couldn't have gone off better. All of you, I want to tell you, just pat yourselves on the back and just like, good job. You know, everyone is on board. We are doing this. We are. So now, get comfortable. And first thing we're going to do is put that orbit on, right? That's the first part of this. So we're going to bring the light from source, the yang energy, that golden, yummy, viscous light, that is that father yang energy, that is courageous, that gives you that grit, that energy to do what you need to do on this planet Earth, which has been a difficult place to be, but will get better. I promise it's getting better. And remember, there is a divine plan, and you can't see it from the little. You know, I'm visually impaired, and I use focal glass to be able to read. And the thing that I dislike about using the focal glass, that I like more on the computer, is that with the focal glass, I can't get the whole picture. I can only get that part of what I'm trying to read. Where on my computer, I can blow up the whole thing, the whole screen, and I can see the whole thing. So we as humans don't always have that ability to see the whole thing. We're using a little focal glass, and we're just seeing these words when there's so much more involved in it. So be patient and understanding with yourself and humanity right now. It's very, very important that you do that. So let's continue to bring that light down. And it comes down all the way through your body, and it's warm. Oh, and I need the warm because I'm a little chilly out here. We'll bring it down, and it comes all the way down. Feel your knees, because we're in kapha energy now. Down, out your feet, into the earth, to the mother. And she's like, yeah, this is great. We are doing it. And she grabs onto your light cord, and she brings it around. You put your feet right on that grid, which is a very good grounding technique, to just bring your toes around the grid of the mother, and then shoot it up your back with that essence of the mother in it. And that's that divine energy of the feminine, nurturing and loving and compassionate. And we bring it up, and now we have strength and sustenance, and around and around and around we go. And you just keep that orbit on. And there's your connection, heaven and earth. So you have to be connected heaven and earth and on all sides. So now we bring it up, and we bring it up our back, and we shower it out the top of our head, and we let that just waterfall to our first aura. Now in the first aura, that cobalt blue that you kind of see when we teach a class, everyone sees the cobalt blue one. And you see that is where your DNA is, that's where your structure is for all your past lives. There's so much information in that root chakra, and in that root chakra, we want to really make that chakra and aura strong as we can, because that's the foundation. And we want to kind of now, with that root aura, bring back the remembrance, the energy of being lighter beings than you have been on earth. Because many of you have been lighter beings than earth has been able to allow you to be up to now. So now you're going to bring that light, and you're going to just radiate that root aura. And then you're going to keep doing that. And remember, the well of the mother sits just below. I skipped that one. I forgot about it. I'm new at this. The well of the mother, which is that connection to the earth and to all the elementals and all those beings that are here helping us. When we have our workshops here and the elementals come and play with us, they try so hard. They are working so hard for you to elevate and to increase your consciousness all the time, all the time. So let them surround you and feel that energy. Get out in nature this week as we feel that energy, and so the well of the mother, and then the root aura, and then we move out into the sacral aura. And remember, the sacral aura is Lord Katumi and Lord Lanto's baby, right? And everybody's here today. It's a full. I don't think there's anybody missing. Anyway, yeah, everyone's here. So that sacral chakra is all of those old 3D earth dictates and dharma and karma and all of the things that you have been taught that you think are right and wrong. And the one thing that we learn as we evolve and we grow in the light is that there is no right and wrong, because my right and wrong is different than another person's right and wrong. But there are the golden rules, and that's where all religions say the same thing. And that's where we get to be in harmony in that sacral aura with everything around us. So we learn to not follow the dictates of what 3D Earth says one should and shouldn't do. And that's been very important, because as we do that, that connects to conscious use of power, right? And the conscious use of power sits just above the sacral chakra on your left-hand side, on your spleen area. And that is that conscious use of power uses love as power, and not ego and beliefs and dogmas. And we learn how to resolve conflicts. And I had that myself this week, so that I was able to, I always like it when, you know, I get to prove these techniques to myself if a little pop quiz comes up. So you may have pop quizzes come up. And again, the conscious use of power, I'll do it in the workshop, but here, there's a, what do you call this? I keep calling them video. I guess it is a video online that you can get that has me doing self-love with conscious use of power, because most of the reason why we have conflicts is because of our lack of self-love. So that's where the conscious use of power goes, and then it goes into the solar plexus, which is that power that we radiate out to other people. And we want to fill that with that gold and yummy light, right? And that combination of the mother and the father light where they come together. in your orbit. You're bringing now your orbit out throughout your aura and all 12 chakras. And as you bring that energy around, you're now feeding, energizing 12 chakra system, not 7 chakra system. And your chakra kits work on 7 chakra systems. Because if you work the primary 7, 3 and 4 make 7. 3 is the divine number, 4 is the physical number. That makes the geographic configuration for planet Earth. It's different for different planets, but this one is a 7. So you're going to be feeding all of the systems, and you're going to be feeding all 12 as you move up through and into the heart. And now you radiate love. And that's all you want people to see. When they see you, they see that love. And they see that power of love. Because the beings that we're becoming are powerful, loving beings. And then you bring it out into the throat. And remember, you have the throat chakra and the well of the mother sitting on the thymus. So you sit on your thymus with your conscious intent, which is probably a really weak one for most of the star children around, because light seeds haven't really been using this one very much yet, and you will very much now. And then you go into the throat, and now you're radiating nothing but love, awareness, consciousness, compassion, empathy. And every word that you say, you think about it, and you may find yourself repeating what you have to say, because that's that conscious intent coming online stronger. And you bring it up to your third eye. And your third eye shows that you have no doubt that you are doing a great job and that you are getting this job done. And then your crown chakra, which wears that label. I am a light seed. I'm a star child to planet Earth, helping all grow, including myself. And then the telepathic notch, where I connect in oneness and in unity to all. And I see no separation in anything anymore. So we just bring that out, and then we radiate it out a good 18 inches. We need every bit we can get, because we want to share that gold light. That gives everyone stamina, helps them on their journeys in life. So we want to wear it and share it. The only rule is you first, and you've got to keep that orbit going. You've got to keep enough light out there that everyone who needs to can munch and crunch. On the average, I average about 80, 90, sometimes 100 people on my aura at one time. Do I care? No. Am I empathing them? No. Don't need to, don't want to. My job is to provide them the light, and then when I need to understand something, I empath it, I see it through that light shield, and I understand now where they're coming from, what they're thinking, why they're doing what they're doing. I may disagree still, but I understand, and I can be loving and compassionate toward them for whatever it is that they're doing. And that's your goal, to become a completely compassionate empath. And remember that as an empath, you're a mirror. So make sure that when you get mirrored things, that you look at them, right? Because they're part of you, and they're part of whoever you're empathing. So you wear that 24/7, and you keep your orbit on, and you keep it strong. You make sure you keep it at least morning and night, that you give it a little bump. You know, it needs a little recharge, morning and night. And that will allow you to grow with this light and with this energy, and get stronger and stronger as we proceed through the cosmos. Because we are. We are moving towards the center sun at a rapid rate. And our sun is excited. So expect a lot of solar activity. Expect the Schumann frequency to be erratic and raising. And if your energy gets zooey or issues come up, it's just a pop quiz. Get her done. Work through it. And we'll have some pretty good ones coming up. But look for the light that's coming through the darkness. Remember, the news likes to tell you all the bad stuff. Please look for the good stuff. You know, so you may have to look for a not normal channel of something. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, so that's your job this week, is to just practice looking for the light coming through. Because remember, you're going to have some of the dark come through. With, you know, you light up the dark. You see the, you know, the crud in the corner, and you got to sweep it up. You got to get rid of it. But by the same time, look over there, because there's a lot of light in the other corner. And the more we focus on being the light, and the more we focus on being the light seeds for this planet, the faster we get there, and the smoother we get there. So I will see you next week, and I will let you know about the upcoming workshop. I'll probably send you out an email when I'm ready, and I'm going to work on it. I have some days off this week. So I love you all, and have a perfectly wonderful week, and enjoy this energy field, because it is fixed. It was extremely successful, as you are. Bye-bye.